Welcome to Date Night with the channel where we review films and sometimes TV shows. Babe, tell them why we started this. Why are we doing this?
So you don't have to scroll.
Like we used to. Like we were told you're supposed to have a date night once a week. We don't have time for that. It sounds like a great idea. It really does.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. So what we do is we'll watch movies at night when Jack's asleep, and we crack jokes. We talk smack, or we say that was really cool. That was well written. That was well produced. That was well directed. It just depends. And so you guys don't have to do that. Scroll. We're gonna tell you what we think, in our humble opinion, is good to watch. So starting with today, we're gonna talk about what? Running with the Devil.
The Wild World of John McAfee.
This documentary is crazy. Now, first, babe, let's get through a little housekeeping. If we like a film, what do?
Well, we say upstream. Put it in your queue.
And if you don't like it,
downstream.
Take that down. Send those fishes downstream. Okay, guys, housekeeping. Some more. Like this right now. We appreciate your support. We got a lot of support on our first video. We love that so much. Yes, like, subscribe. Hit that notification. I mixed two words together. Notification bell. So you can know when we have a new post. And we're dropping a lot of stuff because we have a lot of films in our queue that we want to talk about. But let's get started with this one.
Yeah.
Let's get started with it. Let's get my glasses on, child. And if it reflects, I'm sorry. I'm getting my reflection proof lenses. And we're getting a new lighting kit. So don't worry. Don't worry. They'll be like, oh, Lord, I can see the reflection in her eyeballs. Look, I'm getting it together. Okay, so as this film starts, which I thought was so interesting, it starts right in action. We see, the producer, I think his name was Rocco, he was chosen by Vice to go follow John McAfee, who was on the run because
he was suspected of murder.
He was suspected of murder, which is not a funny thing. And rest in peace to the person that he was suspected of murder of. That was his neighbor. But what happened was his neighbor had a parrot, would always wear it around, and John McAfee's dogs would just go ham and go nuts when they would see the parrot. And so, some kind of way, the parrot ends up dead, and now one of McAfee's dogs ends up dead. Next thing I know, the neighbor dead. And so this is where we really get into the heart of this story and why this camera crew from Vice, including with Mr. King, he's a cameraman, are following this very eccentric, paranoid, and to me quite humorous wild ride following him.
Yeah, I think the man was on drugs. I mean, a lot of drugs. I don't know what drugs, but he was on drugs. And we meet him during one of these kind of drug-fueled, rants. And throughout the movie, we're following this guy, and he seems like he's really, really normal and coherent, and then suddenly he starts going a little further and further. And this movie is following this guy while he's on the run from the police. Like, actually on the run.
I said, wait a minute.
And he's leaving the country. They're getting on boats. They, hopping across from one country to the next via boats. And and it's real. This isn't like, one of those fiction movies. They had a camera crew follow this guy, and so they're getting in trouble. Their passports are getting, it's crazy.
Yeah, they stick with them because what else are you going to do at this point? And they're kind of guilty by journalists. They're journalists, and they're kind of guilty by association. So you got to stick with them and ride it out and get the footage. And one of the guys was like, I'm trying to tabulate my hours. How much Vice is going to pay me? I said, that would be me. Like, wait a minute now. Do I get danger pay? What's the situation? So we were intrigued. We couldn't turn away from it. And from what we understand, this is Netflix's answer to like Tiger King. Like, this is the next Tiger King. So if you watch that and could not turn away, this was kind of like that, like the same type of situation.
Yeah.
Go ahead, babe.
It's a well-made movie.
It's well-made.
The characters are extremely interesting, especially our primary character, John McAfee. And they do a really good job. They cut to what do you call it when you said a testimonial? Yeah.
Yeah.
They cut to the testimonials from the guys, 10, 20 years later, however long it is, and they're recapping and retelling the story, and you can see their point of view now is so totally different from then.
When they were in it.
That
That was like 2012, I think. It was like 2012. And so now they're looking back on it. And also, it included his girlfriends and a wife and all these people that he kind of picked up along the way. And we watched this craziness ensue. But that man had energy. I will tell you that he had energy. Now, when we do these film
and
reviews,
a lot of money.
That man had money.
A lot of guns.
That man had money, guns. That's why he could be able to run like that, be living on boats and all this craziness.
I know. He was taking Jack to the head like it was water.
In his 70s. I said, wait a minute. So, Ralph, we have 4 questions we always ask. We ask, is it a well-made movie?
Yes.
How were the performers?
Great.
Was the story good?
Strong.
Is it good for date night?
Absolutely.
So, we already know how you feel about that. What is your favorite part of the story, do you think?
I don't know. Probably when he's trying on his wig. He's trying on a wig because he's on the run and he doesn't want people to look at him. He chooses this. I don't know. It looked like the Jennifer Aniston cut, and
it was like the Friends cut. I said, "Wait a minute, where they find that at?" It was like the early Jennifer hair. Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just it's like you don't believe it, while it's happening, but it's tense. But then, he comes out of it like nothing happened.
He comes out of it every time. It's like watching John Wick. He's like, you just, at a certain point, you think,
oh, they're going to get him.
Yeah, but then he's going to survive it. So, it's kind of like that. So it was very tense, like you said, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's a little crazy. So it depends on what kind of mood you're in, I will say that.
Yeah.
It definitely depends on the mood, but I think it was well made because it was stitched together. Mm-hmm. You have different accounts because he had a producer initially, but then he brings in a ghostwriter later on, who he tells it seemingly more to than he did the original producer.
Yeah.
And the ghostwriter wasn't even going with him on all these crazy trips.
Yeah, it's true.
So I guess it just depends on who he vibed with. But next time when you look at that McAfee pop up on your computer, like I'm about to see, that antivirus software,
same dude,
you will see it a different way. I said, wait a minute, we got the genius programmer.
But it's spying.
Man of the world.
It's spying technology. That's the part that you don't realize. And he tells it's spying technology.
He said he could see anybody, get to anybody if he wanted to, and that's why he was running, because he said the governments were after him. He thought the Mexican cartel was after him. Yeah. He thought everybody was after him, and maybe they were, maybe they weren't. He got, so obviously they were.
We don't know.
We don't know the extent of who and what, right?
Yeah.
Wow, but it's definitely a wild ride. If you're looking for an interesting date night, we suggest it, right? So it's thumbs up, baby.
Upstream.
Thumbs up. Upstream. All right. Thanks, guys. Watch our next one. More coming. Thank you for the support and love. And have some date nights. Right? Bye.